few days ago, I gave you guys a poll which over 800 of you voted on, and I know in the last video where we took a look at the tier list for the second awakened units based on your responses, is that a lot of people were questioning what happened to the last question that I asked about what you wanted to see for the next second awakened unit. So today we're going to talk about all the next second awakened units. So here are the results from that poll. I put it into tier list form because I thought it was the most fun that way. Also, just as a note, these represent the entire monster family, not just the light ones, so don't get hung up about like, oh my goodness, why do they want to see the light hellhound so much second awaken? It's the whole monster family. I did not stipulate like, oh, how much do you want to see the water hellhound get awakened or the fire bounty hunter. These are just the monster family in general, and I let you guys vote on whatever you want as many times as you want. I just left it completely open, so 40% plus of you wanted to see these units. I'm sure some people just clicked one or two, and some people clicked like the entire thing all the way down. They're like, I just want to see everything. I don't even care. I just want to see every single unit. The nice thing about this is some of the units over here are most likely getting a second awakening. We'll discuss that in just a bit, but yeah, the Garuda, Hellhound, and Bounty Hunter were the most voted on. We have Garuda with 43.3, we have the Hellhound with 45, and we have the Bounty Hunter just barely getting into 40% plus. He is at 40.1%, but this one, I think a lot of us already know that this one's coming. A lot of us already predict that that one's... I would be very shocked if the Hellhounds does not get a second awakening. And then also, a lot of us are predicting that this one's going to come as well. We've got the Drunken Masters, and I didn't realize how many people wanted to see Penguin Knight second awakenings. Living Armor Copper is fantastic. Also, some people have the water one built for, I was going to say Dimension Predator, Labyrinth. Have that built for Labyrinth. A lot of these things, I am noticing, though, a trend that I think that more people voted on things that they already have built and 6-starred. Like, I know a lot of people already have Fire Hellhound, Water Hellhound built and 6-starred, so they want to see this, they want to see these because they have these built for Lucian. Some of you might have these built for, like, for example, Randy, because YDCB made this whole big thing about Randy. You know what I'm talking about. And then also the dark one. A lot of people use the dark one as well. The light one's fantastic. I know, like I said, these represent the whole family, not just one specific one. I just use the light ones as a placeholder. But yeah, I know a lot of people have Colleen built. A lot of people have actually this one, Lynn built, and Basalt, the dark battle mammoth. We see some. I was expecting this to be a little bit higher, to be honest. I'm a little bit surprised that was not higher than the. I'm almost also very surprised that this was not higher. These imps, I feel like more people, I'm surprised that more people don't want to see these imps second awakened. These ones could be very nasty based on what they already do with better base stats and with just a little bit more juice. These could be pretty nasty. These could be pretty meta in RTA to steal turns and things like that. These ones also could be like, I mean, this one's kind of like a budget chow already, but these could be, they could be interesting units. After getting second. I mean, everything's going to be better after second awakening. That's the whole point of second awakening. But I just wanted to give you guys this little representation in tier list form to show. I'm kind of bummed out that, I mean, you guys don't like this one so much. That's sad, man. All right, let's take a look at, let's take a look now, because I've been wanting to do this part for a long time, a very, very long time. Now we're going to predict, we're going to discuss what's most likely going to be second awaken next, and we're also going to predict what we think is going to get second awaken next. This is the current dimension hole layout. We have a total of 5 dimensions open right now at the time that I'm recording this. We also do have a spot for a 6th one. We're only supposed to get 6 in total. If Comtois wants to add a 7th and an 8th and a 9th, I'm not going to complain. I don't think anyone else will complain either, but currently we are only supposed to get 6 dimensions. We don't know for a fact what the 6th one is. We have some rumors, we have some speculation. We've discussed it a little bit previously, but we'll discuss it a little bit more in a second. Let's go over first the units that we should be getting from the current dimensions that are open. First up, we have Karzan. Now, we have most of the units here already. We have the Griffins, Inugamis, Warbears. The only thing we're missing is the Garudas. Now, maybe some of you that are new or returning players are questioning why I think that we're missing the Garudas. How could I possibly know that? So quite a while ago, maybe it was at least a year ago, maybe 2+ years ago even, people figured out that the units that we get second awakened in these dimensions are also the same units that are in the trash waves of the rune farming boss dungeons in these dimensions. So we have the Griffins, we have the Warbears, we have the Inugamis as units that you fight against when you're trying to farm runes in Karzan dungeons. So that's why, and so far when we get new second awakened units, that has held true to be the case, is we got high elementals from here. High elementals are units that you fight in the rune farming dungeon here, and we got high elementals as one of the next ones. The same thing with the Griffins, the same thing with, I don't remember what the next one was in this, but the only one that we're missing here is the Garudas. So they're projected to be coming out at some point. I don't know if they're going to be soon. I don't know when they're going to be, but they're projected to come out. Elunia, I think we might actually be done with this dimension. So we have just one from Karzan. We have 0 from Elunia is what I mean, if we get one in Elunia, I'm not going to complain, but I would predict that we're getting no more in Elunia and just the Garudas from Karzan. Next up, we have Lumel, and this is where it gets interesting because we already have 2 units here, is Second Awakened in Lumel, but we also have another 4 units that we don't have Second Awakenings for in the Lumel Rune Farming Dungeon, Cliff of Hairy Beast. It's Tough Beastmen. I think it's Cliff of Tough Beastmen. Whatever, but we have 4 units, the Lizardmen, the Harpoos, the Bearmen, and the Yetis that we don't have Second Awakenings for. That would make that 6 units from here, which is why I kind of think we're not going to get all of these. Again, I'm not going to complain if we do get all 6 of these, but these are units that you fight against in Lumel, and it is very highly likely that we see these being Second Awakened, at least a few of them, in the future. So the next 2 dungeons we have, I don't think are going to be as crazy as Lumel. We do have in Cauldron one more 3-star unit, the Inferno, that we fight against in the rune farming dungeon. We also have a 4-star that we fight against. The 4 stars are not getting Second Awakened. Sorry to disappoint you, or maybe some people are happy about that, but we're not going to get 2 4-star units. I'm excited about the Infernos. That's one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most, although I gotta say I'm looking forward to all of these because this makes so many strong units available to everyone. Casual players, free-to-play players, whatever. You don't have to keep spending money to get LD5s to have usable units. Some of the best units in the game are Second Awakened units. That's why I'm excited about all of these. But this is the only one that is currently a 3-star unit, 3-star, 2-star unit. That is something that you fight against in the rune farming dungeon in Cauldron. And then we have, it's either Sacreon or Sacreon for this one. These are the 2 units that you fight against in this rune farming dungeon, the Amazon and the Bounty Hunter. So these are going to be the likely next Second Awakened units from the Sacreon dungeon, which, I mean, some of these are the things that you're already hoping for in your most wanted things that you voted for. And last but definitely not least, we have the 6th and final dimension over here that I know all of us are very curious what this dimension is going to be, what units are going to get Second Awakened in it, what kind of runes we're going to farm for in the rune dungeon. I know we're all very scared that it's going to be violent runes. We all see it coming, right? They said specifically that they weren't going to do violent runes. Why does it feel like they're going to do violent runes in the last dimension? I mean, it's bound to happen. I think we should just accept that it's going to happen. I do have some rumors I've been sitting on these rumors for like a year. I want to say like a year at this point. I don't know when exactly it was, but I've been sitting on these rumors for quite a while, trying to get confirmation or clarification from ComTwist to try to see if these are accurate or not. I will share them with you. If it winds up that these are correct, then that's great. If they're not correct, then take it with a grain of salt. But this is the rumors that I have for, which slide is it? For the last and the 6th and final dimension over here. I will zoom in right here. So it's supposed to be some kind of outworld hellscape kind of thing, which makes sense. I mean, all of them are kind of like an outworld kind of scenario. I know that they did come out and they did say verbally in an interview that they were going to do, or they wanted to do, the Hellhounds as one of the Second Awakened units back when the Second Awakenings first came out. So this is the rumors for the last dungeon, or the last dimension. Take it with a grain of salt. Maybe it's correct, maybe it's not, but this could very well be something, could very well either be the case or something similar to this. It feels good to get that off my chest because I've been sitting on that information for quite a long time, and I just keep mentioning it in videos here and there, and I'm like, I gotta try to get clarification before I start talking about this. And again, It could be, it's just a rumor. It could be true. It could not be true. It could be completely well, it's not going to be that far from the opposite. But I also want to go over, this is a second, because of course it's a second tier list. We can never have enough tier lists. These are the units that are basically guaranteed as long as for Second Awakens. These are the units that are basically guaranteed as long as they continue on the same path of what they've been doing. Garuda, because you fight him in the rune farming dungeon for Karzan. Infernos, because this is from Khalderun. These are from Sacreon, which we already mentioned. These ones, if they wind up doing all 6, then these are basically guaranteed as well, because these are for the same reason. You fight these in the rune farming dungeons. I just feel like 6 in that one in Lumel is quite a lot, so I'm kind of skeptical that they're going to include all 6 in there. If they do, that's great. That's wonderful. Highly probable ones is again from the this dimension, which is rumored, so we will see, but seems realistic enough. And then maybe if we're lucky, they could just keep adding things to what we already have, to dimensions that we already have. They could also do some extra dimensions after the 6th one. I don't think anyone would complain if they add more than we're expecting. Who's going to complain if they add more content than we're expecting? I still will. I will still complain, because I complained about the Giant King Slime. I'm like, why do we need this? The Second Awaken dimensions, that's a different story, Comtours. You can just keep including more Second Awaken units. I'm not going to complain, and I know most of the community won't complain, but yeah, I'm putting these in could happen, but less likely, just because we don't have any information on it either way. Again, it could happen. These could definitely be some of the units that we get, but that's just based on the information that I have. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, take it with a grain of salt. This could all be, I feel like this is going to be mostly accurate regardless, but some of these things could be different than what they are actually shown here, because we're just speculating. So anyway, we're speculating based on data and based on information that we have, but we're still speculating. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully all of your Second Awakened dreams come true, and I will see you as always in the next one.